There's that, starting that up. Oh yeah. To a new game. Legacy campaign. What is there? Gentle? Moderate? None. Alright, let's do it. The Son of the Blue Kingdom reigns over the domains of the dead in splendor and majesty. Log of Her Majesty's locomotive on the Orphet, March 14th, 1905. Our expedition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphan is damaged and in grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning in haste to the Reach, where I hope to make port at New Winchester. May God be with us, for 1,000 deaths await in the sky. Final entry of Captain Amelia Charity Whitlock, DCM, written shortly before her death. Fail Bitter Games presents Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. You've returned to the Reach, an untamed sunless span of the heavens, London's new frontier, a celestial garden run wild. Dodge left, Q and E. Your journey back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is crippled, and Captain Whitlock is badly wounded. Moxie wants to go outside. All right, Moxie. Hey, Max? Can you put Moxie outside, please? Okay. Here we are. Oh, here we are. Here we are. As first officer, the crew look to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get the orphan there safely? Oh, what's this? Scavenge R. Much to the relief of your stokers, you find a barrel of fuel among the detritus. The Ozymandias. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate than you. We should scavenge her for repairs, a crewman suggests. Anthony's milky hands. Operation We Are Back, Anthony. It is. I gotta get that Twitch Turbo, by the way, Anthony. I just realized my Amazon Prime membership doesn't stack anymore. No more ads. A wreck hangs in the sky, pocked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. The two of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil do we trespass on the districts of the dead? You silence him. Now's not the time. Leap across to the wreck. The gap between the two engines isn't wide, but the endless fathoms of heaven gape beneath it. Continue. Oh. You jump. Your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars blaze above and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the two engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with wind. Your party lamps spread buttery light over the narrow, paneled passages. You make your way towards the hole, stepping over bodies crumpled in the corner. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. A bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Clear the obstruction away. You locate a length of pipe to use as a pry bar and set to work. This will test your iron skill. Iron is the skill of confronting and overcoming. Lead your party on a more precarious path. Go back, out, into the Ozymandias hull, climb past the blockage, and enter through a window on the far side, and do so carefully. Veils is the skill of deceiving and evading. We're going to take this 75% chance of success. Success! A memory. As you strain against the stubborn steel, you remember an event from a year ago. A boiler explosion had trapped an engineer under a tangle of plating and pipework. The captain was first on the scene. You were second. Together you managed to pry the wreckage upward enough for you to crawl beneath it. While the captain braced the bar across her back, "By all means, take your time," she grunted, as you dragged the engineer out. Back at the present, the twisted bulkhead yields. Your companions clear the exposed rubble away. The way is clear. You've reached the Ozymandias hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully, somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the orphan and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. Your companions work quickly. The Ozymandias hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies and enough spare parts to make the necessary repairs to the orphan. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in the skies. "Oh ho!" cries one of your party, prying the lid off of a long crate. It holds a cannon, still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered bird cage from a pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your finds. You've gained 4 supplies. You've gained 15 hull. The Ozymandias emits a long, juddering creak. The boarding party exchanges nervous glances. From the chaos of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted on your locomotive, and an educated bat. Mount the Jerusalem cannon on the orphan. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom. That leaves you vulnerable. You can claim both this and the bat. Liberate a diffident bat and employ it as a scout. The heavens are wide, so locomotives use scouts like bats to locate things of interest, ports, resources, wrecks, and this one to scavenge. Alright, we'll get the cannon first. The Cottrell and Hathersage, Jerusalem fires single shells to a good range, more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Ozymandias groans again, the structure shudders spasmodically. You now have 1 Cottrell and Hathersage, Jerusalem. And then same thing here. And we want the bat. The bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience and immediately begins haggling over pay. You offer to put it back in its damn cage and leave it on the Ozymandias, at which point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. Oh man. What do you think, Anthony? Should we press on to the engine room? You might find more fuel there, but you had better hurry. The Ozymandias is beginning to tear apart. You will abandon anything you have not yet claimed from the hold, or it's too dangerous to stay. What do we think? Should we press on to the engine room? Or should we cut our losses? Engine room. You got it. Let's see what we got here. The wreck of the Ozymandias screeches as its metal buckles and tears. You press on through the shuddering corridors, searching frantically for the engine room. Alright, so we can either send a smaller party ahead to retrieve fuel. It's foolish for all of you to go. Send your quickest and lightest to retrieve the fuel while the rest of you return to the orphan. Or I can go yourself and conduct a hasty search. Send the rest of the boarding party back to the Ozymandias. Go on alone. I think this should not say to the back of the Ozymandias. This would say back to the orphan. Send it back to the... Or you return to the orphan. Do we want to send a smaller party or me go alone? 49% or 49%? Oof. What are we thinking, chat? What do we want to do? Mirrors, hearts, 49% across the board. Or we can just go back. Let's see. Alright, Anthony has spoken. Send in the party. Failure! No one is keen to go on alone. In the end, you have to rely on drawing lots. The two members of the party with the shortest straws pale and make their cautious way towards the engine room. The rest of you return to the orphan and await their return, and wait. And wait. Too late. With a dying groan, the Ozymandias buckles and splits in half, the two ends spiraling in different directions into the sky. The two crew that were still aboard are lost. Solemnly, you stoke your engines and steam away, restocked and rearmed. But fewer. You've lost two crew. Oh, but I got a gun. I just shot it, apparently. Press F to send out your scout. Your scout reports a successful expedition. I'm here. I have to get here. I don't think so, Anthony. I don't think well, I don't know. I wonder if I would have died or not. That would have sucked. There's something there. There we go. Summoned by Captain Whitlock. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Alright, we're gonna just disable it. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour from her lungs. Inquire after the captain's injuries. The locomotive's doctor attends to her. His lips are tight. Approach the bedside. The captain opens her eyes as you draw near. She attempts to smile. Let's check. A word of living fire pursued the orphan across the Blue Kingdom. It caught you just before you passed through the transit relay to the Reach and set its brand upon the captain. It's burned itself right through her, the doctor whispers. When I closed the worst of her wounds, I could see the sign is seared into her bones and her organs. Judging from her symptoms, it's on the inside of her lungs, too. The captain leans to one side and vomits a plume of fire into a copper bowl. There's nothing the doctor can do. Flowy MXDs, how you doing? I don't know, Max, what are you saying? I can't hear you. I know, they're sick, Max, they're sick. Flowy on YouTube, good to see you. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hands grip your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Made arrangements. The orphan will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burned meat breath. But promise. She breaks off to scream a word in a language that was not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she's weaker. Her request little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise. We can promise her I will obey her last command. Make no promise. Tell her to rest. Pull away. What if her condition is contagious? Or demand to know why she took the orphan to the Blue Kingdom. It was folly to visit one of the lands of the dead. Now you're all paying the price. Otherwise, we can promise her we'll obey her last command. Whatever it is, we'll see it done. Make no promise. Tell her to rest. She will need her strength. There's a hospital at New Winchester. They can help her. I want to promise her last command, but what do we think we want to do here, chat? All right, Anthony. Don't feel bad, Anthony. This game is like impossible. It's like a hard game. So, bad things happen. As you can tell with Max in the background talking. Laughing. Here he goes. Alright. I'm gonna promise her I'll obey her last command. She sinks back, relieved. All in my will, she gasps. Be better. She breaks off as the sigils burned into her bones flare, glowing cherry red through her flesh and skin. Captain and I. Max, it sounds like... Max, is Moxie still outside? Go get her. She's barking. Go get her. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillows in a twisting, frantic fever. Take your leave. You have an engine to command. Oh, people are gonna die, Anthony. People are gonna die. You leave the cabin in the scorched stink of its air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you'd like, and the captain hasn't long left. Oh boy. What's that, Milo? You want to go up? Yep. Okay. Oh. You approach the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Do you need headphones, Milo? I don't know where they are. Oh, here they are.
I'm okay.
Good. Did you hit your head?
Yes,
Sorry about
I
that.
did.
No, Milo, I'm reading. Yep.
I sure.
Okay. As you approach the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers, behind you, someone is humming a song of victory.
I show.
That's what the sound is. Raid the remains or strip it for repairs, which I don't need that, so we'll raid the remains. Marauders pillage homesteads and hunt travelers all across the reach. They often carry stolen valuables. Ill-got gains. Milo.
I sure recommend. Hey, Mom.
Yeah. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned when, if, you make it back to port. I now have 33 sovereigns. We got them. All good, Anthony. Thank you. Go this way here. The taste of smog. The sound of iron on iron. We are home.
I sure.
Yeah, look at that. You coast into the bustle, the din, and the soot and the steam of Wolsey Station. It's clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way.
Did you like it?
I did like it, Milo. So, Anthony, so we are in, like, this... So London used to be underneath this giant cave. So London collapsed in the 1800s. And that's where Sunless Sea comes from. And apparently, I don't know exactly how we got into space now, but it's the same universe. It's a shared universe. So it's in the future. You're no longer in Sunless Sea. Now you're in Sunless Skies. And it's this, like, steampunky, Victorian era... so it's like it's 1905. So it's over 100 years ago. And, the sky apparently is like the ocean. But yeah, so we're in space. We're in one of the heavens, I guess.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I sure like it.
Yeah, Milo. Weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings.
No, no, nurse. I like you.
Oh, thanks, Milo. I like you. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a brusque station master bustles over. Or a brusque station master bustles over. Words that I don't use a lot. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger. The usual formalities. Yeah. Look to the orphan's doctor. He has just appeared at your shoulder. His face is solemn. His hat is in his hands. He lowers his eyes. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The orphan itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that, unfortunately, Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Sad, very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and a half before continuing.
Yes?
Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority require the answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It'll be relatively painless. Oh, it'll be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? I've not played Soma. Anthony, I have not played Soma. I'll have to check it out. Create your captain. Today, London lies between the stars.
Yes, I think Nurse Blood like a cool.
Yeah? Her empire unfolds across the heavens, but 10 years ago, before the northern gate was opened, before the renewed empress led her people into the skies,
I shall.
it lay in a vast cavern far beneath the earth, deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? So that's the Sunless Sea.
Hold on a minute.
And Fallen London, also. That's their online game. They have an online game. But it's like this. It's all story-based. So I could either be a street urchin.
Random captain.
Yeah, create your captain. Good job, Milo. Oh, that's random captain. You want me to hit random captain?
Sure.
Okay, I'll hit random captain. An academic. Perhaps you were educated at the esteemed colleges of Bethnic.
I like it.
You like that one? I'm an academic. Perhaps you thought yourself through trial and error and grit.
We need you back.
Oh, you want me to go back?
Sure.
Okay.
I like.
Back.
Continue.
Oh, that's continue. Yep. So we could either be a street urchin with high veils, the skill of... So this must be your primary skill. So veils is the skill of evading and deceiving. Iron is the skill of confronting and overcoming. Poet hearts, the skill with convincing and enduring.
I'm sorry.
High mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing. And there's different ones. There's hearts, iron, mirrors again, and veils. So it's like there's veils. So the two veils are a street urchin and what's the other veils? A revolutionary. A Zailer. Oh, sorry. The Undazee.
Did you like it?
I do like it, Milo. Soldier's
The random
probably good. Alright. Oh, this is cool.
I won.
The Corps of Engineers. I like that. Mirrors. Oh, with villainy. Huh.
Do the masks.
Do you like the mask, Milo?
Sure.
The establishment with establishment. And alright, we'll do the... There we go. Milo, do we want wealth? Fame? This one says this is a demanding ambition best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame.
The truth.
I know the truth. That's the good, but that's the hardest one, Milo.
Do it.
Okay, we'll do it. See, I was a soldier, right? Covington, comrade.
Got it.
Sir Covington.
I should.
That one doesn't work, Milo. It's not plugged in. All right. We're gonna, because Milo wants us to do the truth. I don't know what we're gonna do here, but so we got 25 iron, 10 will or hearts, and then one of those just, I forget. We'll just start it.
I sure. I need a plug.
3 weeks have passed. This morning, Captain Whitlock received a simple memorial service. Her body was consigned to a necropolis train bound for the Serene Mausoleum.
Sure, I freak.
Now you sit with a handful of her relatives in the threadbare office of her solicitors. A methodical notary is reading the will. The captain was wealthy once, but squandered her capital on mysterious expenses before her expedition to the Blue Kingdom. Listen to the end. The captain's relatives, from which Hushu was mostly estranged, were clearly wondering why you are here. In financial codicil, the notary announces, Captain Whitlock confirmed that your position of the orphan was supposed to its first officer. He peers at you with dry, grey eyes. This includes a certain black box contained in the orphan's hold. Captain Whitlock's final request was that at a time of your choosing, you transport said box to an address in London. He hands you an address card. And deposit it there. You are not to look inside. She gave no explanation. And that's it. You're captain now. The orphan is yours. Captain Whitlock's legacy. You can investigate the black box at New Winchester. You could take the black box to London, as requested.
Yes, it is.
Or you could sell it and be done. You have been bequeathed a large black box which once belonged to Captain Whitlock. I've gained 100 sovereigns, a new total of 133. The clamoring of Central Station of New Winchester, a place of steam and smut and thundering iron. Here you could find people willing to pay for a skilled captain's service. That's weird. This shouldn't be hidden like that. This should just be on all the time. Milo, what are you doing? No.
Yeah.
No. Well, good morning to you too. We could explore the city.
No.
The smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. Wow, that is... The writing in this game is flippin' incredible. Incredible! Listen to that. The smoggy, clanking, singing, stamping, thronging, frantic heart of the Reach. That one sentence alone makes this whole game worth it. That's incredible. You hear how just... Oh, that's beautiful. That is... art. An ever-expanding port of soot-smudged glass and bright steel spilling across a drifting, mist-wrapped archipelago. Its factories thunder. Its engine sheds ring with hammers and hiss with steam. Locomotives chug into sidings for repair, or flare across the sky and away into the high wilderness. An opportunity to learn about trade. Anthony agrees. It does have very good writing. An opportunity to learn about trading. Successful skyfarers fund their expeditions by dabbling in trade. Inquire whether there are good trading opportunities available. Visit the Promise of Days, a club where seasoned captains gather to trade stories and share advice with younger skyfarers. Or inquire about the Winchester War. How goes the war? So there's a war going on right now. Let's learn about trade. A porter at the station advises you to visit the nearby pub, the Promise of Days, and talk to the seasoned captains there. They keep their ears to the ground. They'll know about an opportunity or two. Visiting the Promise of Days is one of the options when exploring the city. Trading opportunity. We'll visit the Promise of Days. Old pistons gleam on the walls. The shelves are crowded with mementos from across the sky. The clientele raise their voices to be heard above the comforting clamor of the adjacent engine yards. We'll introduce ourselves to the seasoned captains. They're always happy to offer words of advice, sometimes many words. 4 are gathered at their usual table. The masked citizen, a libertine polymath and pioneer of the neo-nocturnal artistic school. The bedeviled... bedeviled... Oh my god. Didact, a scholar haunted by his discoveries. The plucky baroness, explorer, collector, philatist. And spatchcocker Meg, who hunts monsters. What's that? Good job making a ramp, buddy. Of course, everything out here is jolly dangerous, says the Baroness. Few risk the skies, so news of distant ports is valuable. Collect port reports from the places you visit and deliver them to Victory Hall or Company House. The money you turn in... the more you turn in at once, the more they'll pay. You're ready to come down, Milo? Okay. Thanks for playing. There you go, bud. Oh, speaking of playing, I'm gonna... Oh, it's Bruno! Bruno's here. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna get into Bruno's chat. Alright, if Bruno comes in, we're gonna work on his logo. Look for other opportunities on the way, advises the masked citizen. Passengers who want transport, rich men in need of bloody work, etc. Ask them how to make your fortune through trade. Between them, they've carried the Navarantine gemstones from the... Oh, Lord. Eleutheria. Souls to the Blue Kingdom, and the raw hours to London. Have they tips? Ah! The didact says, fiddling with his innumerable talisman. An essential topic. Meg slides you a stool. The captains shuffle around to make room. The masked citizen buys you a drink of their own invention. It is violet and foggy. The plucky baroness gives you a brisk, encouraging grin. Ask away! Ask about markets. You can sell practically anything at a big trade hub like New Winchester, the Baroness answers. If you want to buy, though, you'll need to travel to more distant ports. Each specializes in a particular export. Meg spits chewing tobacco onto the floor. No money in buying at market prices and selling at them too, though. You want to look for bargains. Or prospects of people offering better money. Buy cheap, sell dear. Now, what about prospects? The masked citizen sips their drink. Oh, which voice do we use for him, the masked citizen? We'll do... The biggest port in each region has a bazaar where the captains do business. There, you'll learn of what people at other ports prepared to pay over the odds of a commodity. When you accept the commission for a prospect, it's yours. No other captain will pursue it. It's all fantastically civilized. Their smile is droll. You'll have to source the goods for yourself, of course, says the bedeviled didact. Find a port that exports them. The client will want a certain amount. You can supply some or all of it. But if you provide all they need, they may furnish you with an additional reward. I say about the bazaars of major ports, you can accept it 4 at once. Ask them if they know of a good trading practice. The host at Magdalene's needs an urgent delivery of seeds, paying a pretty penny too. If I were you, I'd get to the bazaar right straight away and put my mark against it. Meg grunts. Broker in Port Avalon is selling cheap seeds. Chirpy chap, God knows why. His face looks like it's been pushed through a mangle. An opportunity. Port Avalon lies to the southwest of New Winchester. Southwest of New Winchester. And Magdalene's lies to the northwest of New Winchester. Northwest, okay. Alright. Alright, I think we got it. Alright. Let's see here. I only have $100. Oh, Anthony, you should wrap up, buddy. Drink some fluids. Drink some fluids. He says he's feeling like you're getting a fever. Max is coming down with one too. But he's feeling quite peckish right now, which is nice. Investigate the black box. Yeah, bud, you should just close your eyes. Relax. Ambition, old friend. Following up your return, you are eager to meet up with an old friend. You served together in the military. She was reliable and brooked no nonsense. She left the army not long after you did, and you kept in touch, mostly via letter, occasionally meeting in pubs or clubs. When London arrived in the heavens, she was smitten by the idea of a life among the stars, and invested her savings into her own locomotive. She's a skyfarer now, captain of the Azrael. Or the Azazel. Azazel, maybe. She associates with a group of seasoned captains who gather at the Promise of Days here in New Winchester. Perhaps you can find her there. Ambition, the truth. Oh, I was just there. I was just there! Oh, I'm gonna need more crew. Your voyages have grown perilous as of late. Numbers and morale. How much do I need? Numbers and morale are lower than they were. Today, New Winchester is abuzz with rumor. A famous tackety captain has turned tail and fled back to London, promised a generous pension and a full pardon in exchange for selling secrets. His crew are at a loose end and under a cloud of suspicion. Will they ever find work again? Hire some of the turncoats' crew as replacements. No one else will have them for the cost around a Promise of Days. They're yours. Initially, the crew members are suspicious. They think you might be a journalist for the Gazette. Still, they're happy to drink on your coin as the night progresses. Their reserve vanishes. When they arrive at your engine the next day to sign their papers, they come with headaches and nausea at the last of their things. They go to their berths and make ready for the stars again. Nice. Alright, we're repaired. We might need some fuel. I don't know if I want to get this guy right now. Let's see what this is. Excuse me, Captain. A woman pushes through the crowds towards you. She is short and square-shouldered in a neat black suit and polished shoes. She shows you the case of her pocket watch. It is embossed with the crown and hourglass of London's Orological Office, the body responsible for ensuring time is consistent across the empire. That's crazy. I'm hoping to book passage to Port Prosper, she says, slipping the watch away. I can, of course, pay. Ooh. Pay sounds promising. Thank you. The locomotive I was on broke down following a boiler rupture. The chief engineer's fault, I suspect. A gentleman fonder of brandy than of diligence. Here, an additional sum to seal our bargain. Prosper lies to the northeast of New Winchester, so I can go... So this is a mission that I'm taking, so maybe we go to the northeast of New Winchester. Note there is such a thing as north, southeast, or indeed west out here. Instead, London cartographers picked out 4 of the brighter, more reliable stars visible from the Empire's new palace and named them north, east, south, and west. Londoners value familiarity. I'm transporting the fastidious inspector to Port Prosper. Got 50 more sovereigns. Alright, northeast. Alright, let's do it. Northeast. Am I going to regret not buying fuel? It's a good question. Let's find out. I don't know what this guy is. He's yellow, though. Pardon me. Yeah, I think they used the same engine for Sunless Sea, or they've revised it or something. Yeah, because it's still 2D platform. It's basically the sequel to Sunless Sea, which is the exact same game. But I will say I like what they've done to the UI on this one a little bit more. Or so far. Thank you, Anthony. That was Trapistro's Hurry. North, northeast. Oh, how did I send out my keybinds? Options. Controls. F for the scout. No, that's not it. Your bat is gleeful, there was nothing. The Hyberian wilds have devoured countless attempts at settlement. This is a forsaken place. Uh-oh. Who's this guy? Oh, that was scary. Ah, that could be it. I feel like this stuff doesn't go down as fast as the other game, which is nice. But I think it's gonna get kind of crazy. Bruno! What's that, Bruno? That's crazy. Thank you very much for the tip, buddy. I'm in your Discord, sir. Oops, I fired a gun. I'm in your Discord, bud. We can start doing our logo design. What's this here? A stopped clock. The fastidious inspector approaches you in the galley. Captain, good day. I noticed your ship's clock has stopped. Perhaps you'd permit me to repair it? She has a little case of tools and a hopeful expression. You prefer it to be right more than twice a day, or I pay engineers to deal with that sort of thing. I'm going to permit it. An opportunity for conversation. She gives a grateful flicker of a smile and sets to work. Soon she has the back off the clock and has spread tiny cogs across the galley table. Obscure horological tools gleam brassily among them. Everything has a place. I appreciate the opportunity to keep myself busy. Staring too long at the stars is harmful to the temperament. The fastidious inspector has a round face, brown eyes, and short, dark hair. She gives the impression of being perpetually busy. We can ask her about what are the duties of an agent for an horological office here. Let's see what we got here. She sniffs. It is of fundamental importance that 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in one corner of the Empire occurs at the same time as 10 o'clock on the 2nd of June in the opposite corner. How is an empire to function if it can't agree what day it is? Unfortunately, the process is complicated by the fact that time is less reliable than it was. The hours trade has seen to that. That's crazy. Ask for news of London. London sits in her coat of smog. Courtiers squabble at the foot of the throne of hours, hoping to receive endowments of years. Meanwhile, hard-working civil servants labor to ensure everything runs as it should. Was there a touch of archness there? Oh, was there a touch of archness there? All is normal. I miss her, though. There is no city like London in all the skies, and Albion is very different from the Reach. Much more civilized. Ask about the Winchester War. There are those who feel that London is a long way away, and they do a better job of governing themselves. The frontier attracts independent spirits. We call them Tacites. For the hobnail boots that are so practical out here. London, unsurprisingly, disagrees. The Windward Company earnestly represents Her Majesty's interests in the region, sometimes very earnestly indeed. The Tacites call London's loyalists stovepipes, for our hats, I suppose. She avoids looking at you. And you, Captain, where do your sympathies lie? Oh, no! With London, you remember your heritage and the queen who led you to the skies, or with the Tacites. These are new lands. Why should old rules or old masters hold sway? Or I feel no loyalty to either side. Perhaps you'd rather be left alone. Though I can hear my crew on a harmonica. That's funny. Oh. Oh, there you are. Let's see. Where is he at? Where's it? Where's Bruno? Alright, I'm gonna give no loyalty to either side. What a remarkable indulgence, she remarks with a raised eyebrow. I'm gonna compliment her skills.
Johnny!
Oh, there he is! What's up, Bruno?
How's it going?
Good, man. How are you?
Pretty good, pretty good.
Awesome. Well, let me fit it. I'm gonna quit this. I'm gonna quit out of this game. I'm playing Sunless Skies.
Yeah, I'm watching.
Oh. We're gonna quit. I just quit. And now, I gotta make some changes here. We gotta go into our restream. Logo design with Bruno. I don't know if there's even a creative genre anymore.
Yeah, they changed everything, right?
I think it's just, I'm gonna just put in creative. Creative. Mm-hmm. Art and creative. Uh-oh. Anthony lost all of his ammo in Grand Theft Auto 4. That's not good.
Oh, wow.
That's not good.
It's not good at all, man.
No. All right. All right, I'm going to restart the stream. I'll be right back.